So Ferrari resisted building an SUV pretty much longer than anybody else. Lamborghini built one quite a long time ago, Bentley soon after. Hell, even Rolls-Royce built the Cullinan 4 years ago. But Ferrari resisted, until now. So this is the Puro-Sangue. Say it quickly, Puro-Sangue, and it means thoroughbred. Break it into two, Puro-Sangue, and it means pure blood. However you say it, it is an apt description for Maranello's first SUV. Because remember this, the Puro-Sangue is as much a thoroughbred as anything Ferrari has ever built. Okay, any four-door Ferrari has ever built. In fact, all they've done is build a sport utility chassis and then slip an 812 Superfast's running gear under it. Oh, the cam timing's a bit milder and the intake's been modified for torque. But essentially everything that drives and turns the 812 is what powers the Puro-Sangue forward. The 6.5 liter V12 is essentially the same, pumping out a serious 715 horsepower. That's tops for any SUV, by the way. It's powerful, screams like a banshee, and can hit 200 kilometers an hour in just a scooch over 10 seconds.
And other than its boxy shape, the Puro-Sangue really does think it's a supercar. Mash the loud handle and the big V12 barks. Horizons you thought distant are suddenly front and center. And you really do start praying that those carbon ceramic brakes are as good at scrubbing off speed as they are on the 812 Superfast.
Even more important is how they've built the big V12 into the SUV. Just like the 812, the engine is so far back in the engine bay that Ferrari calls it a front mid-engine design. It's pushed so far back in the chassis, in fact, that you could probably squeeze another engine into the engine bay. A small inline four, to be sure, between the fan belt and the front grille. Essentially, the engine is where the transmission tunnel usually is. Mated to a rear transaxle, it means the Puro-Sangue has an almost 50-50 weight distribution. Throw in the four-wheel steering system from the Competizione version of the 812 and the front four-wheel drive power unit from the GTC4 Lusso, and what you have is a 4,800-pound SUV that thinks it's a supercar. It really is that easy to fling into a corner.
Tossing it into a tight hairpin takes no more effort than a Porsche Macan. And thanks to its way trick and made in Canada Multimatic semi-active suspension, there's almost no roll. If it weren't for the fact that you're sitting maybe a foot higher off the ground, you really would think you're in a supercar. The only difference is that the Puro-Sangue can perform its magic on an ice-covered mountain road as well as it can on a racetrack.
Throw in some way cool rear suicide doors, the slinkiest SUV silhouette yet, and the most advanced suspension yet seen on a sport utility, and you have something immediately recognizable as special. More importantly, it is without a doubt a pure blood Ferrari. For Driving.ca, I'm David Booth.